How to turn your Minecraft Bedrock Edition single-player world into a 24/7 multiplayer server. The first thing you need to do is open up your Minecraft launcher and then click on play. You'll now be able to see a list of all your single-player worlds. As you can see, I only have one single-player world and it's called Websplaining and it's a survival world. This is the single-player world that I'm going to be converting into a multiplayer server. Once you've chosen your single-player world, note its name. Now what we need to do is go into our world and deposit all our items in our inventory into chests. This is because our items in our inventory will not transfer over to the multiplayer server that we're going to make. So I'm going to click on the Websplaining world here to be taken into it. Once you're in your single player world, look for a chest and start depositing all your inventory items. As you can see guys, I have 3 inventory items. One is a wooden pickaxe, carrots, and torches. Once you've deposited all your items guys, just press escape on your keyboard and click on save and quit to be taken back to your single player world list. Once here, I'm going to click on the X to be taken back to the Minecraft home screen. I'm now going to minimize the Minecraft launcher. The next thing we need to do is locate our single player world files. We need these files to upload it onto our server host provider so that we can turn our single player world into a multiplayer server. To do this, navigate to your taskbar and look for the Windows Start icon. As you can see guys, for me it's at the bottom left hand corner. Once you've found it, simply right click on it. You'll now get a list of options, look for File Explorer and left click. Once you're in your File Explorer, click on this PC. You'll now be able to see devices and drives. As you can see, I only have a single drive. You need to locate the drive where you have Minecraft installed on. Most likely guys, it's going to be the C drive where you have your Windows operating system installed on. Double click on your Windows C drive. Once done, double click on users. In users, look for your Windows username. For me, it's WebSP, so I'm going to double click on this folder. Next, what we're going to need to do is look for the app data folder. To find the app data folder, you're going to need to turn on hidden items. To do this, navigate to where it says view and left click on it. Then hover over show, and to the right hand side, you'll be able to see hidden items. Left click on hidden items. Once you've done that, you'll be able to see the app data folder. Double click on the app data folder to go into it. Now we can turn off hidden items, so go to view at the top here, hover over show, and then left click on hidden items to uncheck mark it. We will now no longer see hidden items such as folders on our PC. Next, double click on the local folder. Now look for packages, so I'm just going to scroll down until I see packages. There we go, here's packages. Double click on packages. In packages, look for Microsoft.Minecraft folder. So I'm just going to scroll down until I find it here. There we go. Here's Microsoft.Minecraft, and then there's a bunch of characters after the word Minecraft. Double click on this folder to open it. Once in the Microsoft.Minecraft folder, double click on local state. In local state, double click on games, double click on com.mojang, and then finally, double click on Minecraft Worlds. In Minecraft Worlds, you'll be able to see all your single player worlds for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. As you can see guys, I only have one folder for one world, and that's the Websplaining world. If you have multiple folders, you might be wondering which one is which. To find out which folder is the single player world that you want, double click on one of the folders, and then go to level name and double click on level name. This text document will then open up in a text editor, and as you can see, it will display your single player world name. Of course, my single player world was called Websplaining. This means that this is the right folder containing all my Minecraft single player world files. So I'm just going to go back here to the folder containing all my files, and I'm simply going to right click on it and then left click on copy. Make sure you copy the files and not cut them. This way you'll keep your single player world also. Once you copied your files, you can close out of this folder. You now should be on your desktop. Once here, right click anywhere on your desktop and click on paste to paste your Minecraft single player world files. As you can see, my files are at the top left hand corner here. I'm just going to drag them to the center. Next, rename your folder by right clicking on it and then clicking on the rename button here and rename it the same name as your Minecraft single player world. So mine is called Websplaining, so I'm just going to call it Websplaining here. Next, we need to create a new folder called Worlds. So I'm just going to right click anywhere on my desktop. I'm going to hover over new, and then I'm going to left click on folder. This folder name has to be given a specific name. That name is going to be Worlds. Once you've typed Worlds, hit enter on your keyboard. Now, drag your Minecraft single player world folder into the folder called Worlds. You can now check to see if your Minecraft single player world folder is in the folder called Worlds by double clicking on the folder called Worlds and then double clicking on the single player world name. And as you can see guys, all the files are there. The next part of the video is going to involve signing up to a server host provider, uploading your single player world files onto that server host provider, configuring your multiplayer server, and then starting your new multiplayer server that you've created using your single player world files. First, open up your browser and navigate to the following URL address. This URL address is my referral link to Linode. Linode is a cloud hosting provider where we're going to be hosting our single player world files. If you use this referral link, you'll get $100 in free Linode credit to try out Linode servers free for 60 days. I'll put this referral link in the video description below. Once you've clicked on my referral link, you'll need to sign up to Linode. You can either sign up with Google, GitHub, or email. Most likely, guys, you're going to be signing up with email, so simply click on email. Now for me, guys, I already have a Linode account, so I'm going to be simply clicking on login. So once you've registered for a Linode account using my referral link, you'll be taken to your Linode dashboard. Make sure you've clicked on Linodes at the top left-hand corner. Once here, simply click on Create Linode. We'll now need to create our server. For Choose Distribution, simply click on this box here, and you're going to be picking Ubuntu. The Ubuntu version that I'm going to be going with is Ubuntu 22.04. You can of course go with the latest version of Ubuntu if you want, which at the time of recording of this video is Ubuntu 22.10. I'm going to be going with 22.04. Next, pick the region, so I'm just going to click on this box here. As you can see, Linode has quite a few regions here. For me, I'm in Europe, so I'm going to be going with either London or Frankfurt. However, you don't necessarily need to pick a server close to where you live. You should pick a server that's a good middle ground for you and your friends. I'm going to be going with London, UK here for the region. I'm then going to scroll down to where it says Linode Plan. Click on Shared CPU. For our Minecraft server, it is recommended to have a minimum of 1GB of RAM. So the Nanode for $5 a month with 25GB of storage and 1 CPU should be okay. Most likely though, you'll be using the free $100 trial credit that you got for free for 60 days using my referral link. So you can take your server up a notch if you want. For this video demonstration, I'm going to be going with the Linode instead of the Nanode. So I'm just going to click on this box here. The Linode is $10 a month with 2GB of RAM, which would give us double the memory over the Nanode. Once you've chosen your Linode plan, continue to scroll down. Next, you'll need to choose a label for your Linode. Basically, this means the name of your server on the Linode dashboard. This does not need to be the same name as your Minecraft single player world, as these two things are completely separate. So I'm just going to type Minecraft -server. You can't have any spaces in here, guys, so replace them with dashes or underscores. Next, we'll need to choose a root password, so I'm just going to create one now, guys, real quick. Once you've done that, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then at the bottom right, you should see a blue button called Create Linode. Click on Create Linode. Your Linode server will then start being created. Once the status changes from provisioning to running, we'll be pretty much ready to go. As you can see, guys, our Linode server is now running. The next thing we need to do is download and install an SFTP client such as WinSCP or FileZilla, for example. For this video guide, I'm going to be using the SFTP client called WinSCP. To download and install WinSCP, navigate to the following URL address: https://winscp.net/eng/index.php, and you can simply click on the download now button to start the download. If you would like a video guide that will take you step by step through the process of downloading, installing and setting up WinSCP, then I'll put a link to a video of mine in the video description below and as a card at the top right hand corner. Once you've got WinSCP downloaded and installed, go back to your Linode dashboard. In your Linode dashboard, you can click on Linodes on the left sidebar here to see a list of all your Linode servers. In the IP address column, you'll be able to see the IP address of your server. Simply click on the copy button here to copy the IP address. Now minimize your browser for the time being. Double click on the WinSCP shortcut to open it. You'll then be greeted with the login session window. Under session, make sure the file protocol is SFTP, should be that by default. In the hostname, paste the IP address of your server that you just copied, leave the port as it is. For the username, it's going to be the same for everybody, guys. Type root, and in the password, enter the root password of your Linode server that you chose. So I'm just going to do that now, guys. Once you've entered in your root password, simply click on login. You'll then be greeted with this WinSCP warning, which says continue connecting to an unknown server and add its key to a cache. Now, of course, guys, this isn't an unknown server as we know what we're connecting to. However, because we're connecting to it for the first time, WinSCP does not have this server cached. So all we're going to do is simply click on yes. We'll now be connected to our Linode server that we created. On the right hand side is your Linode server, and on the left hand side is your PC. As you can see, guys, the current directory here is my desktop. If you don't know where you are exactly, you can simply click on the top folder here with the 2 dots to be taken to your user directory. Here you can just double click on desktop. In your desktop directory, you'll be able to see all your shortcuts, folders and files on your desktop. We're looking for a particular folder called Worlds. Simply left click on the Worlds folder to select it, left click again, and then drag it to the right hand side into your Linode server's root directory, and then let go. Your Worlds folder will then be copied into your Linode server root directory. And there we go, guys. We now have our Worlds folder in the root directory of our Linode server. We're now basically done with the WinSCP program, guys, so you can simply click on the X here at the top right hand corner and then click on yes to terminate the session. Great, so we've now uploaded our Minecraft Bedrock Edition single player world server files onto our Linode server. The next thing we need to do is configure our server and turn our Minecraft single player world files into a multiplayer server. To do this, we're going to need a program called Putty, which is an SSH client. To get Putty, what you'll need to do is open up your browser and then navigate to the following URL address. This URL address will be in the video description below. It will take you to the web page to download Putty. Now, if you'd like a step-by-step video guide similar to WinSCP on how to download, install, and use Putty for the very first time, I'll put a link in the video description to a video of mine on how to do this. I'll also put it as a card at the top right hand corner of this video. Once you've downloaded and installed Putty, you'll now need to go back to your Linode dashboard and then copy the IP address of your Linode server a second time. You can now minimize your browser. Once you're back on your desktop, double click on the Putty shortcut to open it. Make sure you're in the session category and then you'll see all the basic options for your Putty session. In the hostname or IP address, paste in the IP address of your server that you just copied, leave the port as 22, the connection type should be SSH, and then simply click on Open. Once you've done that, again similar to WinSCP, because you're connecting to the very first time using Putty's SSH protocol, you'll be greeted with a security alert. Again, the security alert simply says that the server host key is not cached by Putty, and you have no guarantee that the server is the computer you think it is. Of course, guys, we know exactly what we're connected to, so all you need to do is click on Accept. Once you've done that, the Putty terminal window will open. Simply maximize this window for better viewing. At the very top of the Putty terminal window, it says Login As. In here, we're going to type root and then hit enter on our keyboard. Next is the password for our Linode server, which is the root password. So you can simply type in the password, or you can copy your password and then simply right-click in your Putty terminal window to paste it and then hit enter on your keyboard. You'll now be connected to your Linode server using SSH. The very first thing we're going to do once we're connected to our server is update it. So simply type the following command, apt space update, and then hit enter on your keyboard to start the update. All these commands that I'm typing in the Putty terminal window here will be in the video description below for your convenience. So you can simply copy all these commands and then just simply paste them into your Putty terminal window. Once your server has been updated, the next command we're going to need to type is apt space install space unzip. This command will install unzip, which is a tool used to unzip, uncompress, or extract a zip folder using the command line. Once you've typed in the following command, hit enter on your keyboard and let unzip install on your device. Once unzip has been installed, open up your browser and navigate to the following URL address, https://www.minecraft.net/en-us/download/server/bedrock. You'll now be in the Download Bedrock dedicated server for Minecraft webpage. This is basically the server software files that you need to download and unzip on your Linode server to help turn your single player world files into a multiplayer server. So you have two options, Windows or Ubuntu. We need Ubuntu, which is on the right hand side, as that's what our Linode server is. Once here, guys, simply click on the box here to checkmark it to agree to the Minecraft end user license agreement and privacy policy. Once you've done that, this step is very important. Right click on the download button and then left click on copy link address. Now, open back up your Putty terminal window and type the following command, wget space, and then right click to paste the link address that you just copied and then hit enter on your keyboard. This command will download the Minecraft Bedrock Edition server files, which is in a zip folder, onto your Linode server. The next thing we need to do is unzip this zipped folder. To do this, simply type unzip space, and then copy the zip folder name. At the time of recording of this video, the zip folder name is bedrock-server-1.19.40.02.zip. Now, of course, guys, the numbers here are related to the latest version of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So at the time of recording of this video, this is the latest version of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So all I'm going to do is highlight the zip file's name making sure to include .zip. And once you've done that, guys, you've basically copied the name, and then all you need to do is paste it into the PuTTY terminal window here by simply right-clicking. Once you've pasted that in, guys, hit enter on your keyboard to execute the command. The Minecraft Bedrock Edition server files will then be unzipped. The next thing we need to do is open up server.properties in a text editor. So we're going to be doing it all from the command line. To do this, simply type the following command, nano space, and then server.properties. Once you've typed that in, hit enter on your keyboard. You'll now be able to see all the text contained within server.properties. Once in here, use your arrow keys on your keyboard to look for where it says level name. And there we go, guys. Level name is right here. Level-name equals bedrock level. Now, of course, our Minecraft single player world isn't called bedrock level. Mine, in fact, is called web-splaining. So what we're going to need to do is to delete everything that comes after level-name equals. So we're going to need to delete everything after the equals symbol here. To do this, I'm going to use my arrow keys once again. I'm going to get in front of the word level. And then I'm going to use the backspace button to delete the two words bedrock level. Once you've done that, enter the name of your Minecraft single player world. Make sure it exactly matches the name of your Minecraft world. So I'm going to type web-splaining here, all in lowercase, which is exactly the same as my single player world name. Once you've done that, guys, we're going to need to save the text that we've just changed in Nano. To do this, press left Control and O at the same time. Nano will then ask you, what file name would you like to write to? You need to keep the file name the same, so all you need to do is press enter on your keyboard. And now you can exit out of Nano by pressing Control plus X at the same time to exit and be taken back to your terminal window. The next command we need to enter is the command to install screen. So simply type apt space install space screen. Once you've typed that command in, guys, hit enter on your keyboard to install screen. Most likely on your Ubuntu server, screen has already been installed. Screen basically allows your Minecraft Bedrock Edition multiplayer server to stay on 24/7 by allowing you to close out of this PuTTY terminal window once your server is running. All that's left to do now is to start screen and start our Minecraft Bedrock Edition multiplayer server that we created using our single player world files. So to start screen, simply type the word screen and then hit enter on your keyboard. Once screen has started, press enter on your keyboard again to be taken to a completely blank PuTTY terminal window. Now what we need to do is grab the start server command from minecraft.net. So all I'm going to do is open back up my browser and then look towards the right hand side for the Ubuntu Linux server software, and then look to the text that's in purple here, which is ld_library_path equals /bedrock_server. So all I'm going to do is copy this command here from left to right by first highlighting it, right-clicking on it once highlighted, and then clicking on copy to copy it. Now we can open back up PuTTY and right-click inside our PuTTY terminal window to paste in the start server command. Once done, hit enter on your keyboard. Your Minecraft Bedrock Edition multiplayer server that runs 24/7 will now be started. All that's left to do now is to play our Minecraft server. So I'm just going to open up the Minecraft launcher here. I'm going to click on play, and at the very top, I'm going to click on servers. I'm going to scroll all the way to the very bottom here to where it says add server. Click on add server. Here in the add external server section, we'll need to pick a name for our server. So I'm just going to call it web-splaining here. For the server address, this is the IP address or host name of our server. So I'm quickly going to open up my browser once again, and I'm going to go back to the Linode dashboard, and then I'm going to copy my Linode server's IP address. Once done, I'm going to open back up my Minecraft launcher here, and I'm going to paste in the IP address of our Linode server into the server address here. Now, if you don't like having a server address that's an IP address and you would like it to be, for example, websplaining.com, basically a domain name, I'll put a link in the video description to a video of mine on how you can do this. I'll also put a card at the top right hand corner of this video. So once you've pasted in your Linode server's IP address, for the port, leave it as it is, and then click on save. Once you've done that, you'll have added your server to the additional servers list. Scroll all the way down in the servers lists to the very bottom and left click on your server name. To the right hand side, you'll be able to see your server's name, the status of your server, and the number of players connected to it. All that's left to do now, guys, is to join our Bedrock server. So all I'm going to do is click on join server. You'll now be taken into your Minecraft server. And there we go. We're taken into our Minecraft server, which is our single player world, with all our builds and all our items that has now been turned into a multiplayer server that runs 24/7 that you can play with your friends, and your friends can play without you when you're not online as well. So I'm just going to enter my house here. I'm going to open up my chest just to show you that all my items are in fact here. So I can just take out all the items that I had in my inventory at the start of this video, and there we go. All our items that we placed in the chest have all been transferred over, along with all the items that weren't in our inventory. Now, if I press escape on my keyboard, if we look to the top right hand corner and click on this star symbol here, you can see that my permission level is currently just a member. If you want to give yourself operator or op, all you need to do is open up the PuTTY terminal window once again, and then type the following command: op space and then your Minecraft username. So for me, guys, my username is websplaining, so I'm just going to type in websplaining in here, and then I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard. And there we go, guys. In the PuTTY terminal window, it says opt websplaining, which is my character name. And now if I click on the Minecraft launcher here, you can see that my permission level is now operator, and I now have all the operator privileges within my own server. And just to demonstrate that we don't actually need to keep our PuTTY terminal window open anymore, I'm just going to press escape on my keyboard. I'm going to open up my PuTTY terminal window, and then I'm simply going to X out of PuTTY by clicking on the X here and then clicking on OK. And now if we return to the game, it's still running with the PuTTY terminal window closed. Alright guys, so that pretty much concludes the video on how to turn your Minecraft Bedrock Edition single player world into a 24/7 multiplayer server. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, comment down below, and most importantly of all, subscribe to support the channel. I'll see you on the next video.
Why is it so hard to let you go?